You've seen the claims. This penny is worth $1 million. This quarter can make you rich overnight. But is it true? The truth is, most of it is completely fake. Exaggerated prices, misleading hype. That's what we're here to expose. Welcome to Rare Coin Collecting. We reveal the real value, real history, and true rarity of coins that actually matter. From wheat pennies to rare state quarters. We cover it all with facts, not fiction. We explore coins in detailed series, one country at a time. And right now, we're focused on rare US coins. Subscribe now and discover the truth behind the coins. They're saying this coin is worth thousands, even tens of thousands of dollars. Some videos even call it a millionaire's quarter. But is the 1938D Washington quarter really that rare? Or are collectors just getting pulled into another round of viral coin myths? Let's pull back the curtain. Here's the truth about the 1938D Washington quarter, one of the more overlooked coins that's now gaining attention, and not always for the right reasons. At first glance, this quarter looks like just another silver coin from the 1930s. But the real story is buried in the mintage numbers, the condition rarity, and the hidden errors only true collectors know to look for. First, the basics. This coin was minted at the Denver Mint, and you'll see the D mint mark on the reverse side, right beneath the eagle's tail feathers. The total mintage? Just 780,000 coins. That might not sound low at first, but consider this. Other years in the series had double or even triple that number. And when it comes to surviving coins in high grades, the number gets even smaller. Most 1938D quarters were released into circulation and spent years, even decades, as being used in everyday transactions. Very few were saved in pristine condition. That's what makes uncirculated examples so special today. If you find one in mint state 65 or higher, especially with sharp details and full luster, you're holding something that serious collectors will fight to own. Now here's what really separates this coin from the pack. Strike quality. 1938 was a tricky year for the Denver Mint. Many coins from this batch suffered from weaker strikes, especially around Washington's hair and the eagle's feathers. So if you ever come across a 1938D quarter with crisp, full detail, that's a red flag in a good way. It could mean you're looking at a condition rarity that the average person would completely overlook. And let's talk about those hidden varieties. Some collectors have reported very subtle repunched mint marks, RPMs, on the 1938D, where the D mint mark appears doubled under magnification. While not officially cataloged as a major variety, these RPM examples command attention and higher values as when authenticated by top-grading services like PCGS or NGC. Keep in mind, these varieties often go unnoticed, even by amateur collectors. The coin is made of 90% silver and 10% copper, giving it a melt value based on silver price alone. But that's not what you should focus on. This coin's real value comes from condition, strike quality, and variety. Now here's the warning. Don't be fooled by the viral posts claiming every 1938D quarter is worth thousands. That's simply not true. Circulated examples in average condition typically sell for a modest premium over silver melt. It's the high-grade, uncirculated, and error-marked specimens that command serious attention. And those are extremely rare. If you've got one of these coins sitting in an old collection or coin jar, take a close look. Is it worn? Or is it sharp and glossy like it just left the mint yesterday? That difference could be worth hundreds, even thousands, in a competitive auction. The 1938D is a key coin for those trying to build a complete run of early Washington quarters. And because of its lower mintage and difficulty in finding truly clean examples, it's slowly gaining respect in the numismatic world. So is this coin worth millions? Absolutely not. But is it undervalued in the right condition and with the right variety? Absolutely yes. If you're a coin investor, collector, buyer, or seller, and you're serious about knowing what actually matters, then this channel is made for you. We're on a mission to spread real, authentic coin knowledge. No hype, no clickbait. Subscribe to Rare Coin Collecting for more deep dives just like this, where every coin has a story, and we help you discover the truth behind the price. They say it's just another quarter from the Zeus, but serious collectors, they know the truth. The 1950D Washington quarter might not scream attention at first glance, but beneath its silver surface lies a coin that's quietly shaken auctions, left collectors stunned, and yes, even triggered bidding wars. And what makes this coin so special? Well, let's rewind to 1950. Post-war America was booming. But while industry and progress surged ahead, the U.S. Mint in Denver was quietly pressing out quarters. around 21 million of them, bearing a tiny D beneath Washington's eagle. Compared to some modern issues, 21 million might sound like a lot, but it's not the number alone that matters. It's what happened next. See, unlike earlier quarters from the 30s and 40s, many 1950 D quarters never saw the abuse of circulation. People were already beginning to recognize that pre-1965 quarters, made of 90% silver, had long-term value. And some of them? They were stashed away in drawers and envelopes, forgotten, untouched. But here's the twist. Most of those saved coins were lower quality. That's right. The few people who did keep them didn't realize that condition would change everything. The ones that circulated were beaten, worn, scratched, and the ones saved, often poorly stored. So finding a 1950 D quarter in pristine, mint state condition today, that's where the game changes. In fact, coins graded MS66 or higher, especially by PCGS or NGC, are shockingly rare. These are coins with full luster, razor-sharp detail, and barely a whisper of contact marks. And collectors are paying serious money for those gems. Because they're not just buying a coin, they're buying a survivor. Now let's talk strike quality. This matters more than most people think. The Denver Mint in 1950 was notorious for slightly weak strikes. So when a well-struck 1950 D quarter shows up with strong details on Washington's hair, crisp eagle feathers and full-rim denticles, that coin jumps in value. But wait, there's more. Some varieties of this coin have added fuel to the fire. There are whispers in the numismatic community about RPMs, repunched mint marks, and other minor varieties. While not officially recognized by every grading company, advanced collectors hunt for these tiny errors, like treasure hunters with magnifying glasses. And when found, their value spikes. Now imagine this, a 1950 D Washington quarter, graded MS67 by PCGS, showing full luster, original toning, and a nearly perfect strike appears at auction. The estimates are cautious, maybe a few $100s, they say. But bidding starts, the price climbs, and suddenly, someone pays several $1,000s, all for a quarter that most people wouldn't look at twice. And here's the part that'll shock most folks. Even a coin in circulated but clean condition, say XF or AU, can command strong prices if it shows detail and eye appeal. And with silver spot prices rising, the melt value alone already gives it weight. But collectors? They pay well above melt because they're chasing history, not just metal. So the next time you come across a Washington quarter with a D under the eagle, don't rush past it. Look closer. Is the detail sharp? Does it shine? Could it be that rare MS condition collectors dream of? Because if it is, you might be holding something much more valuable than 25 cents. And this is exactly what we uncover every week here on Rare Coin Collecting. The myths, the truths, and the hidden gems buried in plain sight. So if you're a coin investor, collector, buyer, or seller, and you're serious about knowing what actually matters, this channel is made for you. We're on a mission to spread real, authentic coin knowledge. No hype, no clickbait, just the facts that help you understand what your coins are really worth and why. So stay sharp, dig deep, and always look twice, because the next coin in your pocket might just surprise you. They're calling it one of the rarest quarters in US history. A coin that could be hiding in your collection right now, and some say it's worth millions. But is that true? Could this simple-looking quarter really change your financial future? Let's find out. This is the 1932 Washington quarter, and it's not just old. It's legendary. But don't fall for the hype just yet. There's a lot more to this coin than viral videos and big numbers on screen. Stick around because the truth behind this coin is far more fascinating and much more valuable than clickbait headlines. Here at Rare Coin Collecting, we go beyond the myths and straight into the reality, with professional coin knowledge, not fantasy. Now, let's rewind back to 1932, the heart of the Great Depression. The U.S. Mint was preparing to honor George Washington's 200th birthday, and this new quarter was going to replace the standing Liberty design that had circulated since 1916. But here's the twist. 1932 was never intended to be the start of a new series. It was supposed to be a one-year commemorative issue. But what happened? The Washington quarter design, created by John Flanagan, was so well received that it became a permanent fixture in American coinage. And this very coin, the 1932 was one of only 2 quarters struck that year, the other being the 1932 D. So how rare is the 1932 Hold on, this is where things get exciting. Only 408,000 of these quarters were minted in San Francisco. That's it. Just over 400,000 pieces, and a number so low, it's the third lowest in the entire Washington Quarter series, right behind the 1932D and the elusive 1932 no mint mark proof issues. Now ask yourself, how many of those survived? How many stayed in good condition? Most of these coins entered circulation and were used for decades, collecting nicks, wear, and damage along the way. A Misinformation quarter in heavily circulated condition might still hold decent value to collectors, but in higher grades, like AU, almost uncirculated, or mint state, that's when you start seeing real money. But again, don't be fooled by fake listings or exaggerated prices online. Some people are claiming these coins are worth hundreds of thousands, even millions, no matter the condition. That's just not how coin grading or value works. A beat-up 1932S with scratches and wear, it might fetch a few $100s, but a pristine MS65 Plus coin with strong luster and sharp strike, that's a true collector's dream. And prices for those do climb high at auction. And there's more. This coin has counterfeits, yes, unfortunately, because of its low mintage and collector demand. Many 1932 Washington quarters have been altered to look like they carry the S mint mark. Sometimes, crooks take a common 1932 Philadelphia quarter, which had a far higher mintage, and add a fake S with engraving tools. So how do you spot a real one? First, check the reverse. The mint mark on a genuine 1932 S is located on the reverse of the coin, just below the wreath, above the R in quarter dollar. A genuine mint mark should look crisp, properly placed, and consistent with 1930s minting techniques, not crooked or carved in. Second, the wear pattern. Even in circulated examples, the detail on Washington's hair and the eagle's feathers tells you whether the coin was used heavily or preserved. And third, grading matters. Coins are typically graded on a scale from 1 to 70. Anything in the MS mint state, range of 60 or above, holds significantly more value, especially when authenticated by third-party services like PCGS or NGC. Now, if you're sitting on one of these coins, especially in high grade, or you're thinking about buying one, do your homework. Verify the coin's authenticity, get it graded, and don't fall for the $1,000,000 coin trap unless it's backed by professional evaluation and proven auction sales. In fact, auction records for the finest, known 1932 as Washington quarters, show strong 5-figure sales, but only in the rarest conditions. The 1932S is not just a quarter. It's a piece of American history, born in a time of economic struggle and patriotic celebration. It marked the beginning of a series that's still going strong today, and its rarity, especially in high grades, makes it a cornerstone coin for serious Washington quarter collectors. If you're a collector, investor, buyer, or seller and you want honest, in-depth coin knowledge, you're in the right place. Don't forget to check out our full series where we dive into other key dates, mint errors, and real value strategies for coins you might already own. And remember, the next great coin discovery might be hiding in your pocket change. People all over the internet keep saying the 1943S Washington quarter is worth millions. Some even go as far as claiming it can change your life overnight. But before you go digging through your coin jars or listing it for sale on eBay, stop. The truth behind this coin is a lot more fascinating and a lot more grounded than the viral hype. And if you're serious about coin collecting or investing, you need to know the real story behind the 1943S quarter. Don't be fooled by clickbait. The truth is even more powerful than the myths. So what makes the 1943S Washington quarter so special in the world of numismatics? To begin, this quarter was struck at the San Francisco Mint during the height of World War II. Like other quarters, from 1932 to 1964, it was made of 90% silver and 10% copper, giving it not only historical significance but intrinsic value as a silver coin. The 1943S had a mintage of 21,700,000, not exactly rare at first glance, but this is where people get misled. While the mintage number sounds high, survival rates in high grades are incredibly low. During wartime, coins were heavily circulated, used in every type of transaction from ration cards to war bonds. Most of these quarters show heavy wear. Finding a well-preserved example? That's where things get interesting. Now let's talk condition. If your 1943S quarter is in circulated condition, meaning it's seen normal use, it still holds decent silver value. But it's the uncirculated and mint state specimens that get collectors truly excited. Take this. In MS65 and above, this coin becomes much harder to find. In fact, PCGS has certified less than 3,000 Examples in MS-67 and in MS-68. It enters elite territory, only a handful exist. And when one does show up at auction, serious collectors are watching. The luster, strike quality, and eye appeal all have to be near flawless to achieve those grades. That's why collectors pay a significant premium for pristine specimens. But there's something even more dramatic. Some 1943s quarters exhibit full head or full detail. Designations on Washington's hair and face, signs of a very strong strike. These quarters often come from freshly used dies and were well centered on the plancher. That detail adds major appeal to specialists chasing condition rarity. Now you might be wondering, what about errors or varieties? Good question. There aren't any well-known doubled eyes or dramatic minting errors for the 1943s, but there are minor repunched mint marks RPMs that some advanced collectors chase. If you've got a 1943S with an oddly shaped or doubled S mint mark, it's worth having a professional take a closer look. Here's where we pause for an important warning. Scammers know the 1943S is desirable in high grades, so some try to artificially enhance the coin's appearance through cleaning, polishing, or even adding a counterfeit S mint mark to a Philadelphia coin. Always buy from reputable dealers or have the coin authenticated by PCGS or NGC. Now imagine this. You walk into a coin shop or a coin show with a certified MS-67 1943S quarter. That's not just pocket change. It's a piece of numismatic history. Collectors and investors know it represents a rare combination of condition, age, and silver content. And if it has perfect surfaces and blazing luster, you might be holding one of the finest examples left in the world. But let's bring this back to reality. Is your 1943S Washington quarter worth millions? No, that's just internet noise. But can it be worth hundreds or even thousands if it's in top condition? Absolutely. The real value lies in authenticity, preservation, and rarity at the highest grade levels, not hype. And if you're passionate about coins like this and tired of the fake headlines, we invite you to follow Rare Coin Collecting, where we uncover the truth behind America's most iconic coins. No hype, no shortcuts, just real, honest coin knowledge for collectors, buyers, and sellers who care about the details. So the next time someone tells you their 1943S quarter is worth a fortune, you'll know exactly what to look for and what's just fantasy.